out to the Nerd Effect News Show. We are on episode number 16. I am one of your nerd anchors, Dustin Vancouver, joined by my buddies.
Nakamogan.
And Mason Ireland.
Yay! And Nikki's not here again. Since we record these on the same day, she had a medical emergency to attend to, so we'll just have to, not her thankfully, but also another friend of ours.
Another friend of ours had to go to the hospital. Nikki was the only person who could take her.
She was transport.
Yeah. So, but we have news now that our friend is doing better, so that is good.
Yes, she is at home resting, and all is good.
Yes.
And so after that, before we start the actual news show, we're gonna talk about St. Baldrick's. God bless him.
What is St. Baldrick's, you may ask?
St. Baldrick's is St. Baldrick's Foundation is a charity based around finding a cure for childhood cancers and supporting those families who have to deal with it. Unfortunately, cancer is a fucking shame, and it sucks that we haven't really found too many true cures for cancer yet. And we're also, this podcast in particular is also we like the children, and they are awesome. We were all kids once.
Most of us still are childish about certain things.
Yeah, I'm still a fucking 12-year-old trapped in a man's body.
Yeah.
I just get to do all the adult fun things now,
yeah.
But also the adult not fun things.
Yeah.
But
it's funny how those come hand in hand.
Yes. So if you're against something like this, that would be really sad, because I am all for children being happy, and as somebody who has a child and know people who have children, I can't imagine ever being put in that situation where that's something that I would have to worry about. The most a parent should have to worry about is a scraped knee, at most a broken limb. Even that's pretty devastating, but that shit heals.
Yeah. Fortunately, without pretty nasty, severe treatments, no cancers heal.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're fucking super scary.
Yeah.
So when kids are involved, that's even sadder. Again, we like the kids because I have fun as a kid, and when you can't have fun as a kid, that sucks. So we chose kind of St. Baldrick's as kind of one of our primary charities to help raise money, and this year we're doing some fun shit to help raise money for the St. Baldrick's Foundation. We're putting together a live stream, and if you haven't seen the cool stuff that we've been posting on our Facebook page, then I'm going to go over them with you right now.
Okay, well, first of all, you donate to our the Nerd Effect team, either through an individual member or to the team in general.
Yes.
And then just email us at feedback@nerdeffect.com. Tell us how much you donated. Every $5 is worth one ticket, and every group of 20 is worth, instead of being 4 tickets, it becomes 5.
Mm-hmm. So you get an extra one on the house.
Yep. And then during the live stream, we will be doing raffles for the very awesome things Mr. Dustin is going to tell you about.
Goddamn right. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, the St. Baldrick's website doesn't specifically tell how much somebody has donated. Instead, you're put into a category. So if you donated the $20 or even just the $5, it's going to put you in the category of $1 to $99. So we can't, unfortunately, see on the back end how much you've donated. So you kind of have to tell us, and we're just going to have to take your word for it. And hopefully you'll be honest with us.
Yes.
So yeah, that's why they have to email us after you donate. That's the important part. Yeah. Otherwise, we don't know to put your name in the raffle.
Yeah.
So okay. As far as raffle prizes, actually to backtrack on that, I've been talking to our local group lady, the one who's running our particular shave event.
Yes.
Brandy Benson. And she is going to try and create a printout for us of the people who've donated and the amount that they've donated.
Okay.
So that may be something we can use when the time
if that can happen, cool. But if not, just make sure to email us either way.
Yeah.
And also, if you've already donated to us, email us with how much you donated so you can be put into the raffle too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. So don't. I mean, at this point, I'm willing to take anybody who's already donated. Because we're at 725 of our 1,000, which means that should be plenty of entries if you've donated to us.
Yeah.
So, Email us if you've already donated so we can get your name in the raffle.
Yep.
All right. Much love. All right. So for the raffle prizes, if you haven't seen me spam the heck out of...
Warning. Incoming awesomeness.
All right. Up first, a lot of these are from people that we've met in the past in regards to meeting them at cons, meeting them in social situations where we've been able to make good contacts with people. All these people have been nothing but awesome, and we have nothing but good things to say about them. So, up first, Miss Joni Brosis, cosplayer, Playboy model.
Generally cool darn lady.
Yeah, she's pretty geeky. If you couldn't tell that from our interview.
Yes.
Surprisingly, seems kind of introverted, but it has very extrovertive tendencies. She's a very cool mix of type of person. She came to us dressed as her Tomb Raider cosplay, and we have our interview up on our YouTube channel. Super awesome. Up on our Facebook page, we have links to her store, so if you want to check out some of her prints, that's really cool. Go buy some from her. What she has donated to us is 3 prints that are all signed by her. We have a picture with her of them up on the Facebook page.
Yes.
And on our Nerd Effect page for it. Also, we have the events page too. So if you go to our actual Nerd Effect page on the left, if you scroll down a little bit, there's the events, and it says the St. Baldrick's Thank You live stream. If you go there, that'll keep you updated on what's going to go into it and all that fun stuff.
Oh, by the way, if you do join the event, it doesn't mean you have to show up in person. It just means you're gonna, tune in and watch.
Yeah, just click on the Twitch link that's there and come in and check out our antics.
Yep.
Worth it.
Yes, very worth it.
Also, if you go to the page early for Twitch and subscribe to the Nerd Effect TV Twitch page and pick notifications when the Twitch stream goes live, you will be notified around the time that the stream goes live that it has in fact gone live.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's freaking cool.
Twitch sometimes takes a little while to get the email out. But
that's yeah. Well,
I've had them come. I've had them for different pages come like the same page, like NGNG TV, No US No Galaxy TV, for my MechWarrior addiction. I've had that page have that email pop up right when they log in, right when they start the stream, up to like 30 minutes late.
I'm guessing their email servers probably blast at a certain time. So probably. Every time somebody logs in, however many people just logged in within that 15-minute time frame or whatever.
Maybe, I don't know. But
blast them out.
Yes. It's been up to it's been anywhere from immediate to 30 minutes late on telling me when their stream started. So it'll help you with notifications, but if you want to be there right from the beginning, the best thing to do is, mark it on a real calendar and keep it around. But
on that note, twitch.tv/nerdeffecttv is the link.
Yep.
So go there and subscribe, just like Mason said, and follow us. And it'll let you know when we're ready to make asses out of ourselves.
Yep. Follow us. Well, actually, we're always ready to make asses out of ourselves. Just in this case, when we're ready to do it and stream the video to the internet for all to see.
Yes. This is a new foray for us, so it'll be interesting. So yeah, Joni Brosis, super awesome lady, ultra beautiful, all-around awesome lady. Go check her out. I tried to share a picture of her earlier today, but she's down in she's at Wizard World 2015 this weekend, and she had a really cool Starfire body paint going. It was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. I tried to share it, but the lady who posted it had it set to only specific views, so it wouldn't let me. But next up, one of our super awesome podcasts that we did is Mega Ran. With his buddy Kyle Murdoch. If you don't know who Mega Ran is by this point, you've been living under a bridge somewhere.
He's also known as Random.
Yes. And he was kind enough to donate a 4 CD package along with a 12-inch special edition vinyl.
Which I think is meant to be mounted in a frame and put on your wall, because I'm not sure else what you're supposed to do with vinyl.
Well, some of the hardcore people.
Yeah, there's still people that use turntables to DJ.
most of them are hipsters, but there are some people who still use a turntable.
Oh, okay.
But it's really cool.
I mean, if you want inferior sound quality, I guess you could use a turntable. But
some people argue that for some reason, and I don't know why. But anyway, I think it's just it's really
however,
cool.
it is cool. I have to say.
The cover art's really cool, and yeah, it's really awesome. So that'll be a full package that we'll give away as one item to get your nerdcore hip hop fix.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And it will be a good nerdcore hip hop fix.
Yep. You can find, for Mega Ran himself, you can find all of his stuff on iTunes, Bandcamp. You can stream pretty much all of his stuff on Spotify. He's pretty much everywhere.
Yep.
Anywhere you can get his hands out there. He has a new album out called,
What, the Soul Veggie?
Soul Veggies.
Yeah.
And it is awesome. The joke is turn up them beats.
Oh!
So, yeah, which is awesome. There's a song on there called Rapping About Rapping, which is hilarious.
Kind of meta.
It's very meta, and it is awesome. And then there's another song called Life's a Game, which that one really resounds with me. I love it. That's a really awesome song. All right. Up next, we have local artist Adrienne Presnell. Adrienne is a really cool artist in town. I don't know how many actual products or projects she has, but she does really cool art. We met her at her first con at the Boise, Idaho, at the Boise Library Convention.
Yep.
That was her first kind of step out into the con scene, much like us. So we kind of connected that way, and her art is fabulous.
Yes.
She has these. Her use of color is very bright and kind of unique. She has a real skill with Copic markers, which are fucking expensive. They're like $8 a marker.
Whoa!
Yeah.
We got to watch her work with them a little bit when we're at the drink and draw. So that's bullshit.
And she was nice enough to donate an actual Batgirl New 52 comic. For anybody who's seen them, they're the variant art covers where you can actually draw your own cover on the book, and behind it is the actual cover and then the actual comic book. And it looks sick. It's the new 52 Batgirl, which is kind of like the new one with the functional suit.
Yeah, the one with the functional suit. Yeah, the one if I was to be a superhero suit closer to what I would wear, with pockets.
Yeah,
combat boots, things like that.
Well,
no capes.
Well, she has a cape.
I know, but no capes. And if you don't know where that's from, I'm sorry.
Which I heard they're making a sequel to that.
Yes, I've heard they're making a sequel
super excited.
They need to make a sequel to that. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
No capes.
No capes. Okay, off to no capes.
You can check out Adrienne. She does have a Facebook page. I'm not sure of the... she has her personal page, and she also has an actual art page, too. I just don't have it handy, and I'm sure I could look it up, but...
I'm sure we can put the links to these in the...
they'll all be there.
Yeah.
Up next, JT Milstead, our homeboy.
Yep.
JT. This kid's just got enough talent rolling out of his pinky to make any of us jealous. I think he was 19 years old when we first met him at the Library Comic-Con. Yeah. Again, hadn't really stepped out into the... he's been doing graphic art for a while for people on a whim, just as kind of like a...
kind of a freelance gig.
Freelance gig. And was drawing comics on the side just for fun. I think he's actually working on the next 6x6 with Mystery House, and we'll get to that in a sec.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to be doing one of those for him too. So that'll be really cool to see his artwork in an actual comic book format.
Yeah.
JT was hammering out profile drawings at the Boise Comic-Con quicker than he could fucking get paper for it. In fact, I think by the end of it we lent him 12 sheets of paper so he could finish the day.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah. It was JT, one, his stuff is amazing. Mm-hmm. And two, how quick he was producing stuff that looked awesome.
Yes. As far as what he has donated, he has donated 3 original pieces. One of them being Batman, another one being Superman, and one of the X-Men. And then he also donated 2 really cool prints. One of them is just a straight up a portrait of Chun-Li in her pink outfit. And the other one is this really cool, kind of artsy Wolverine style pic where it looks like
kind of like almost an Art Deco film noir.
Yeah, like he's in fog or something.
Yeah, he's in fog, and you can see like the dark highlight of his claws and his mask and stuff.
Yeah, like a silhouette.
Yeah,
it's really cool. So that's all going out as a donation. So those are awesome. Up next, Mr. Dan Feldmeyer, our next booth neighbor that we had at the Library Comic Con. We met a lot of people at Library Comic Con.
Yeah, we did actually. There was a lot of people we met there. That was really cool.
He is donating 3 awesome prints. The man is amazing with digital. He uses Manga Studio as his primary form of drawing, and he gets a lot of really cool like blends and shades and lights and all sorts of stuff out of that particular program on his computer. And it creates these really cool like poster-esque style. Like he has one with Tyrion Lannister as a Green Lantern.
Nice.
It's fucking cool. As far as the prints that he is donating a Wonder Woman print, Rocket Raccoon, and Venom. The Venom one's kind of cool because it's almost like a chibi Venom. It's kind of cool looking. He's also donating 3 of his metal bookmarks, which I have one of those. They're really cool. I have a Deadpool one at home. So he's donating a Red Pool one that looks like it has the Red Lantern symbol on it, and one that has like 3 Marvel ladies on it. One of them's Shadow Cat for sure, and I can't remember the other 2, but
I don't remember off the top of my head either.
And then he's also donating to 2 custom cover comics that he did. One of them featuring the Avengers, and the other one featuring Superman and Bizarro. So those are pretty cool too. Just the fact that you're getting custom work or getting originals out of this deal, it's pretty awesome. Next we have a friend of the show, Libby Ball.
Yes,
she's super awesome. She's a seamstress by trade and does a lot of really cool stuff. She has a lot of nerdy tendencies. She's made some really cool stuff. She's been super awesome to us. In this scenario, she has donated a snood, which is kind of one of those floppy hats, knitted hats that kind of go on your hat and kind of tilt to one side or the other, and a cowl. And if I said a scarf, Nikki would have my head. She attacked me on Facebook the other day for calling it a scarf.
Okay,
but it's a cowl because it's closed. It goes around your neck,
right,
instead of being open ended. But it's cool because it's got a bunch of video game paraphernalia printed on it. So it's got like controllers and joysticks and stuff like that on it. Up next is us. We haven't really. I've only put it up on our Nerd Effect homepage, not like our actual website, because I haven't had time to edit it yet. But we're donating a little Tetris puzzle. I'll probably just throw that in with something to sweeten the pot.
Okay.
But it's kind of cool. It's just made. It's a Tetris puzzle. That looks like it's gonna be one of those little brain teasers because all the pieces kind of look the same, but you just kind of got to fit the shapes to make the puzzle up.
Right.
So that'll be kind of cool. And that comes from us. You're welcome. And then Mystery House Comics. We ran into them at the last drink and draw last Sunday. Mike and I did. Mm-hmm. And we ran into
you forgot her name.
Shanae Lavelle. Sorry, it's a very unique name. It's hard to. I was going to say Lene Chevelle, but that didn't. Shanae Lavelle. She is an amazing girl. She talked to us for a solid hour.
Oh yeah.
Just she would say rambling, but everything that was coming out of her mouth was like, that's interesting. Like, that's really cool. But she is she's part owner of Mystery House Comics, and she had some really cool stuff that she wanted to donate to our podcast. In this case, she had one of their latest prints of a comic for Shivertown, which is their exclusive. It's on it. This is its 3rd print. That's coming out. Or it's already out, sorry. And then their last 6x6, which is a comic that is really cool. The concept is awesome. It's six writers, 6 artists, 6 stories, and they're limited to 5 pages to tell that story.
Yeah.
And it's all in one comic. And we have one of those, and it's signed by, not all of them, but I think it was, you said like half. I think,
about half.
About half of the artists and writers that were involved in the book, which is really cool. So you'll actually get a signed comic off of that deal from Mystery House. So we'll probably give those out as a set.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we have for now. We got a couple more things on the table as far as donations. Now the live stream itself will actually have some really cool. We're guaranteed at least one performance by our boy Professor Algernon.
Yes.
He's making a special trip from the way beyond. Yeah. I don't know if he's coming from the past or the future, but
he'll make it to the present.
But he'll make it. He'll make it to the present. And he's.
I like how he called his stepdad our boy.
No, his stepdad's Scott Violet. This is Professor Algernon.
It's Professor Algernon. We don't know.
No one's ever seen him in the same. No one's ever seen them together, so they might be the same person. But then again, I've heard they aren't.
Okay.
Kind of like Clark Kent and Superman. Like,
yeah,
you can only speculate.
Oh, you've totally seen them together. I don't know. Why do you call me out on this shit? I can't back it up.
But the professor will be making a special stop in from parts unknown to put on for you on our live stream a special 1 hour magic show.
Yes.
Which is going to be awesome.
Yes.
We also have 2 other performances. One of them I haven't talked to you guys about yet. Mike knows it because we talked to her at the drink and draw about it right before we left, Adrian.
Oh, yeah.
So, not confirmed yet, but Adrian, we're going to try and get Adrian on the show to do like a how-to draw type thing for the live stream, which will be kind of fun.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And we want to get one other person on the show. We're kind of. He told me to get back to him tomorrow. He went to bed.
Yeah.
So that's it. And we're gonna have all sorts of performances on this thing. I thought we were gonna run this whole bastard by ourselves, but we're getting help.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
And then also we're going to have the next episode of the initiative will be done live. Mm-hmm. With 2 special guest players, one of which being Scott Violet and owner of
Gamer Haven
in Baker City, Oregon.
Yes.
And one of Nikki's friends, Lindsay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So that'll be fun.
Yes.
And I think this webcam has a wide view on it, but I could be wrong. But we'll set it up at the end of the table, and you can you'll see us all sitting around acting like jerks.
Yep.
And Nikki and Lindsay will also be doing a live crochet while on the show. They're going to try and finish that up while they're here, and then use that as a raffle prize.
Yes.
And I don't know if I'm giving it away. Maybe I should let her announce it, but what they're crocheting is super awesome.
Yeah.
And I'll let her.
Let her talk about it more.
It's just that she won't be on the next time we.
No, the next time we will podcast will be
the live stream.
The live stream.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a surprise.
Okay. Yeah. We're gonna leave you people hanging. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
it will be something cool and crocheted, but a surprise.
Yes. So
we can guarantee it's cool and crocheted.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Amazingly crocheted. They're actually working on it right now.
Yeah. It's big.
It's big. Physically big.
Yes.
And monumentally, metaphorically big.
Yes.
But they're putting it together right now, and then what they're going to do is they're going to put the pieces together here on the podcast and make a raffle out of it.
Yep.
It's pretty awesome. All right. So, if you want to donate, you can go to our St. Baldrick's page, stbaldricks.org/teams/nerdeffect2015 2015. So, yeah. Or just search Nerd Effect on the St. Baldrick's page. You'll find us. We'll be there. Can't miss us. It's our logo. It's our logo set up against the St. Baldrick's logo. Yeah. So go donate. Get some shit.
Yep.
It's going to be awesome. Yay.
And hang out with us from, was it noon to 6 p.m. on the 10th?
Noon to 6 p.m. Mountain Time on the 10th.
Yes. May 10th.
Twitch.tv/NerdEffectTV. You can go to our Facebook events page. It'll all be there. Links, all that fun stuff. We'll try and have we'll try and designate somebody to hopefully update our actual Facebook page for us. Yeah. I don't know. That way, as we're doing things, we'll announce them. We'll say, Magic Show starts in 10 minutes. Go here.
Well, I'm sure we'll have a computer or two laying around that we can do that from. So.
Probably. Mm-hmm. I hope so.
Everybody bring our phones. It's okay. We'll figure it out.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. Take a picture with the phone, post, starting in 10.
Yep.
Come join us, you jerks. No, I take that back. We love you. All right. So that's our update on the St. Baldrick's page. Please donate. We love you. I'm paying the fucking shipping on all this stuff, so if you're out of state, by all means, please do. I basically sold my my netbook to pay for the shipping.
And also, if you are local to the Boise area, we might be able to work out getting it to you.
Yeah, we'll drop it off to you.
We'll be able to drop it off to you or whatever.
Yeah, meet you somewhere. Come. I don't know if he wants to come to your place. That's entirely up to you. But I'll gladly meet you wherever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just email us.
Yep.
Okay, so on to the news.
On to the news.
Dun, dun. That's my breaking news theme.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome. All right.
We are so breaking the news.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, this isn't late breaking news. This is the news breaking. Is what
yes.
it is. All right. Shall we Rochambeau it?
Sure.
Here we go.
Gaibaibo.
Oh, fuck.
All right.
Damn it. What was that?
That's a loss.
Going for it.
Yeah, you can't do halvesies.
Yeah.
I shall go first.
Okay.
Mike,
I would say I want, because I want to do my news still, but I also, Nikki wants me to do her news, so I don't want to do them back to back. So,
well, I got news too, so if you want to just bounce back off of me.
Okay.
Like I got 2 semi-newses.
Okay.
Is that how you want to do that?
So how about you, me, you, Mike, me? That makes sense?
Okay.
So me, Mike, you, me, and then you again, and then me again. Or
no. You do one, then I do one. Then you do one, then Mike does one, then I do one. That would be...
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
You seem to have it down. I'll let you...
I'll direct?
Yes.
Okay.
Okie dokie. My news. I'm just going to start with the ha you suck news. So, this one comes from The Gaily Grind. Play on words there. GoFundMe cancels anti-gay bakers. Sorry, I keep saying backer because that's kind of what GoFundMe does.
Is it back things?
Yeah. So GoFundMe cancels anti-gay bakers fundraiser after raising $110,000. The baker blames Satan. Yeah. And that's Mason's forehead. So you guys may have heard about this lady recently who, after refusing to make a cake for a gay wedding, got a whole raft of shit. And then decided that the state of Oregon filed discrimination lawsuit against her for $135,000. Now, Melissa, the owner of Sweet Cakes by Melissa, refused to bake a cake. Well, here, I'll just read it. An Oregon judge recommended that Christian bakers Aaron and Melissa Klein be fined $135,000 for discrimination on Friday after the owners of Sweet Cakes by Melissa refused to bake a wedding for a same-sex couple. The Kleins shared a link to a GoFundMe campaign on their Facebook page yesterday, raising nearly $20,000 in just a few hours. P.S. You supported them, you're an ass. The fundraiser quickly reached $109,000 before GoFundMe canceled it. GoFundMe issued a statement saying that they do not allow money to be raised on their site for people who have been found to be in violation of the law. Which is exactly what they did.
Yep.
After careful review by our team... Oh, this is a quote from GoFundMe. After careful review by our team, we have found that Support Sweet Cakes by Melissa campaign to be in violation of our terms and conditions. The money raised thus far will still be made available for withdrawal, while a different campaign was recently permitted for a pizzeria in Indiana. No laws were violated by the campaign and remained live. However, the subjects of the Support Sweet Cakes by Melissa campaign have been formally charged by local authorities and found to be in violation of Oregon state law concerning discriminatory acts. Accordingly, the campaign has been disabled. The clients took to their Facebook page to blame Satan for GoFundMe's decision to cancel their fundraiser. And here's the quote from their Facebook page. Evidently, GoFundMe has shut down our GoFundMe page and will not let us raise any money. Satan's really at work, but I know our God has plans to win at the end. Facebook user Teresa Mitchell then left this brilliant reply to the anti-gay baker's message. Wait, so it was okay for you to refuse service to someone because you didn't agree with how they wanted to use your product, but it's okay for but it's not okay for GoFundMe to do the exact same thing. Wink.
Yeah.
Another Facebook user suggested that people instead share their donations to charities who are trying to make this world a better place. If you are donating, donate to a worthy cause, wrote Chrissy. There are millions around the world, including here in the U.S., without food, water, electricity, or hope. Or St. Baldrick's.
Yes.
Just saying. There was a devastating earthquake in Nepal yesterday. Donate to the Red Cross. Donate to your local food pantry. Donate where you can create a future worthy of hope. Help your fellow neighbors. Don't rally against them. You are not demonstrating the love and forgiveness of God by wasting money helping people who did not open their arm to all of God's children. Make a better future for all the world. Don't continue with hate. And yeah, so that's the end of that.
Yes. I think I expressed myself already during your reading of the news.
Yeah, the thumping of a microphone against your forehead is about really all you can do. Just the ignorance displayed here is pretty astounding. I don't know Oregon's state laws against discrimination. I know Idaho's kind of been on that same page with... The thing is, even if it was a law, even if it wasn't a law, just the moral aspect of it, especially in a state where gay marriage is legal and everything is awesome.
Well, okay. Here's two things that I find to be weird about it.
Okay.
One, that there's an anti-discrimination law in Oregon.
Yes.
Meaning you cannot discriminate against someone for whether they are a boy or a girl, whether they are a boy or a girl who likes to sleep with boys or girls, no matter what religion they are, no matter what race they are. Which means you can't discriminate against anyone. The law says so. But also, as a business owner, like I don't personally own a business, but I work for a business. The point of a business is to make money. Like, and I know that all of us have all at some point worked in retail, and probably most of our listeners have at some point worked in retail. Like, I don't, like, when I think about retail work and stuff like this, or like, a bakery, because it's essentially retail.
Yeah, you got to sell stuff.
You're selling a product to people.
Mm-hmm. Money exchanges hands.
Money
right there.
exchanges hands. You know what? When it comes to retail, I got a motto. You're buying, I'm selling. As far as it comes to working in retail or being a retail business, the idea is to make money by exchanging a product for people's cash. Why would you not? Like, I don't understand that from the business aspect of it. And I'm an atheist, but I have read the Bible before. I've read a lot of religious texts in my lifetime because
they're fascinating.
One, they're fascinating, but two, for a while I was wondering if I was religious in some way. I found that the two religions that most closely fit my ideals and beliefs are the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster and the
Buddhism
the Book of Arisians. Those of us who follow Eris and the Sacred Cow, or the Holy Cow, as it would be.
I follow Dudism.
So, but anyway, like, doing this whole reading of the Bible thing, Jesus kept bringing up things like love thy neighbor, don't be a douche. Treat everyone the same. Be cool. It's all good. Is based. The problem was that Jesus was a brown skinned sandal wearing hippie, and a lot of Americans can't handle that, even though they try to claim to be Christian.
And portray him as a gorgeous white human being.
Right. And you know, but you know, I don't care what your depiction of him is as far as a picture that you've painted or whatever. But the reality is he was a brown-skinned sandal-wearing hippie is what he was, and because he wanted everybody to hang out and get along and not be mad at each other anymore, basically, you know. And basically his rules were don't be a jerk. And people that are doing this are just being jerks because, like, you know, if you find homosexual sex icky, that's fine. Don't have any. But who cares if the next person does, as long as they aren't doing it to you if you think it's icky.
Or like right in front of you.
Or like right in front, yeah, but you shouldn't be, like, I don't care what kind of sex you're having, unless the person you're having sex with, and anyone who's watching are all consensually involved in that experience, don't do that.
Here's my response to two dudes doing it in public. Here's my response to two chicks doing it in public.
Yeah.
Here's my response to a guy and a chick doing it in public. Yeah. There's really not much difference.
No. So don't don't be an idiotic jerk. If you're
I sit on that park bench. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Plus, why are you having sex on a park bench? That's dirty.
It's dirty, probably uncomfortable. I'm just gonna put that out there. I've never sat on a park bench where I was like, this is comfortable. I could have sex here. No, it ain't never happened.
Nope.
Whenever I've sat on a park bench, it's been, this is not terribly comfortable. I'm going to get up pretty quick. So, yeah.
Maybe bird shit on that park bench.
Oh,
naked on that.
No.
But anyway, but from the business aspect of it, most businesses have a right to refuse service.
Well, you have a right to refuse service, but unless someone, like, the way I have always looked at a right to refuse service and how I've always been told to use that right when I've worked in retail is if the person is personally being a jerk to you.
Just straight up disrespectful, basically.
Just basically straight up disrespectful, you know, being obnoxious, that kind of thing. Yeah. Tell them to get the hell out, basically. Mm-hmm. Because they're being mean and rude and basically a jerk. But otherwise, it's like, you know what? The person's being polite but still kind of rude at the same time. You can be within the bounds of politeness but still obviously have disdain for a person or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. Bite your tongue and sell something to them. Yeah. You know. But the person's like, hey, fuck you. Yeah, tell them to get out.
Everybody has bad days.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Plus, it's like retail. If you're buying, I'm selling.
But what I was going to say earlier is even if there wasn't a law for discrimination in this scenario, say they did refuse service and no consequence happened.
Yeah.
Word of mouth gets around really fucking quick.
Right.
And the minute that those two people say we were refused our wedding cake because of how we live our lives, shit's going to spread pretty quick about that bakery, and it's going to go up in fucking verbal flames.
Right. Because we also have the right to protest in the United States.
Yes. Because that's what happened to Amy's Bakery.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't refusing gays, but just the fact that she was insane and running a poor business, that went around really quick. It helped that she was on a show.
Right.
But that was different scenario, but the same concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Jesus, lady, just get a grip. Christian Bakery, whatever.
And remember, you also can't, serve to any women who don't have their head covered. You can't serve to anyone who's rich because they aren't spreading the wealth around.
Or who's had sex out of wedlock. Good luck selling to them.
Don't sell to anyone who has sex out of wedlock. Don't sell to anyone who is wearing mixed fabric clothing. Don't sell to anyone who's eating shellfish. Good luck finding that person in Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can't pick and choose the rules you choose to live by. You got to live by them all. So,
If you're truly righteous.
yes.
I'm a sinner, son.
Mal, do you know what your sin is? Aw, hell. I'm a fan of all 7.
Yes. All right. Anyway, that's my news. Just karma's a bitch.
Yep.
That's basically what it boils down to. So.
Alrighty. So, on to my first news story, which is my news story, not Nikki's news story, which I'm going to be doing for her later.
Yes.
So, mine is kind of a much happier and cheerier piece after Dustin's.
Oh, that was happy and cheery.
Well,
Just kind of with a down
The
note.
results were happy and cheery.
the results were happy and cheery, but it didn't start out as something that was a happy and cheery thing.
Started out with people just being a dumbass.
Right. Well, see, I didn't grow up here in Boise. I grew up someplace much more dangerous called Vallejo, California. No, go look it up. It's far more dangerous than Boise.
I believe it.
I heard Stockton's pretty bad.
Stockton, yeah, it's pretty bad. Stockton's horrible, actually.
It's like the highest murder rate per capita.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Except for a couple years there where Vallejo was beating it.
Hey.
Yeah. But anyway, so my hometown. Yeah, I still have some nostalgia for it. Don't think I'd want to live there again. Think I'd move a little south and live in like Berkeley. You know, okay, cost of living's higher in Berkeley, but chances of getting shot are significantly
Worth the safety.
chances of getting shot are significantly lower. And it's Berkeley, and Berkeley's freaking awesome. But so you got my hometown, and then there was a show on Comedy Central many years ago now called BattleBots. And I'm hoping that a lot of you out there remember BattleBots. You know,
Didn't Mick Foley host it?
no, that was the knockoff that he hosted.
Oh.
No, BattleBots had a couple of really clean-cut, serious-looking guys hosting it.
Oh.
But BattleBots was also like the first time that Grant Imahara and Jamie Heineman were both kind of in front of the camera.
Oh, that's right.
Because they both had bots in BattleBots. And so this show happened. Only lasted for like 2.5 seasons. Shame. Should have lasted much longer. It should still be on today. However, it will be on again soon. ABC has picked it up for a minimum of 6 episodes to see where if it gains in popularity or not. And those 6 episodes are going to be shot in Vallejo at a sporting event center that was built on Mare Island, which used to be a Navy base, which was pretty much the lifeblood of Mare Island, or Mare Island was pretty much the lifeblood of Vallejo's economy. Until
kind of like the Air Force Base in Mountain Home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Want to watch Mountain Home become a ghost town? Shut down that Air Force base.
Yeah. There's not much out there otherwise.
No, there's nothing out there otherwise.
A ghost town with an empty Walmart would be interesting to see.
Yeah. So
Zombie Fort.
Yep. Say, however, Vallejo didn't completely dry up and go away because it's also a really good suburb for places such as Oakland and San Francisco that, you know, people commute to work because it's too expensive to live in Oakland and San Francisco and much less expensive to commute from places like Vallejo. So BattleBots is A, coming back, and B, being filmed in my hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to me. But I have to say, I'm kind of curious as to who they're going to get as hosts and stuff this time, because like with Grant being off of Mythbusters now, which I still don't really
understand
necessarily agree with the decision to get rid of Grant and Tori and Corey or Carrie. Sorry, I was rhyming the names. Forgive me. But I don't agree with the fact that they got rid of him.
I could see Grant and Tori hosting,
but like
really easily.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if like they're like Grant might be the new host of BattleBots.
I could see Grant being the analytical type, whereas Tori would be the comic.
This is awesome. They're gonna yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm kind of curious if Grant's going to be the new, like, especially Grant, because he used to, you know, he used to have a robot in the mix.
Right.
I'm kind of really curious to see if like he's going to end up being the host or not.
That'd be
because
cool.
they haven't said, so at least I haven't seen. But yeah, go Faleo. You have income.
Go robots destroying each other.
Go robots destroying each other. Because awesome.
Yeah, at least for 6 episodes.
Yep.
I'll be watching it on Hulu. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and like ABC, count your metrics from Hulu because those are important too.
Yeah.
So back to you.
Back to me?
Yes.
And then come back around this way? Oh, okay.
Giga.
Well, mine's pretty... I'm going for another downer. This one's more sad personally to me. I don't know how much it affects these guys, but... So, pretty much, Norman Reedus and Guillermo del Toro have pretty much both confirmed through Twitter that the game Silent Hills will not be a thing anymore, which makes me very sad. You only have... From the date of this recording on the 26th, you have basically... you have till the 29th to download the PT game on PS4. After that, it's being taken off the PS4 store, because that's when the contract for it ends. And then after that, you won't be able to play PT. So if you've been hazing about it, go do it now, because you're not going to get a chance after this. I have it. Shit's scary. And really shows what the PS4 is capable of. Like, of all the games that I've played on it, which has only been like 4 or 5, but it's the game so far that I've played that really shows the type of graphics that the PS4 can push, which is really nice. So even if you're not in survival horror, at least take a look around for like 5 minutes on it, and you can really see what the PS4 can do. It's pretty awesome. I like it. So, Guillermo del Toro, upon being asked about the Silent Hills game at the San Francisco Film Festival this weekend, said that his quote was, and if you know Guillermo del Toro, it's pretty funny. If you ever heard any interviews with him, he says, "It's not going to happen, and that breaks my greasy heart," because he's a big fellow.
Yes.
So unfortunately, he said it's not going to happen. Norman Reedus on his account said he's super bummed about... His quote is, "Super bummed about this. Was really looking forward to it. Hopefully it'll come back around. Sorry, everyone." So yeah, that sucks. And I don't know how Konami could have let this happen now. I think there was creative differences between Kojima and Konami to begin with.
Yeah.
Which kind of gave it a rocky road, but... Kojima left first, and then Del Toro, I think, was just... He backed off the project, too.
Yeah.
Well,
Del Toro knows that he's a film director and needs a video game designer with him.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know the ins and outs of making a video game, because if you had... people who design movies designing video games, it would just be like Final Fantasy 20 is going to be, where you just hit X to go to the next cutscene. Yes, that was a stab at Final Fantasy. Yeah, thrown in there.
Mm-hmm. This actually isn't the first game that I read it on another article, but I think there was a Asylum or Insanity. There was another game he was working on with another developer that never came to fruition either. But this is actually the second game Del Toro hasn't been able to get released. Again, I don't think that's any fault of his.
No, I don't think it's the fault of his either, because the man has good vision when it comes to movies and aesthetics.
Yeah.
It's just you need that other person to help translate that into game.
Yes. And what sucks for me, I don't understand. You had like an all-star fucking thing. Kojima, Del Toro, and Norman Reedus. Like, the three of them would have been a fucking epic game. So and I was looking forward to playing as Norman Reedus. And I'm a survival horror game junkie. I was so looking forward to this, and it's not going to happen now. So the other rumor is that, and Angry Joe actually said it. He said he's really bummed about it, and he says that basically if Konami decides to go forward with the project, it's probably going to be something completely different than what we've seen already.
Oh yeah.
Which again makes me sad because I've seen what's available and it's awesome.
Well, as far as the visuals go, there's nothing that would stop Konami from doing awesome, impressive visuals, but will the story be as good? Probably not. Probably not even close.
No, because Del Toro is an amazing writer.
Yeah.
But and horror is like his bread and butter.
Yeah.
Horror and sci-fi.
So yeah.
So on to Pacific Rim 2.
Yes.
All right, Damon.
Giant stompy robots fighting giant stompy monsters. Go, go, go!
Yay!
Really, that's enough plot for it right there. I'm sold already.
Yeah.
Yes, that's all you need. Right. Boom. All right. So, for the first time, visible light from an exoplanet has been detected. Some of you may ask, why should we care?
Hold on. Mike, why should we care?
I'm glad you asked that. Well, considering that this is the first time we've gotten actual light from an exoplanet, it gives us better means to identify the planets. I mean, besides trying to figure out their mass, composition, and things like that, I mean, it gives us abilities to check if there's like cloud cover on a planet. A lot of different features you can determine by looking at the light coming directly from the planet. All right, so it's really, 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 really hard to see the light from an exoplanet.
Yeah.
To give you a real-world representation, imagine it's the middle of the night, you're out on a freeway, and off a mile or two down the road, you can see a street light off in the distance. Imagine there's a moth flying around that light. How easy is it going to be for you to see that moth being a couple miles away from it? Yeah, pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much it's close to impossible.
Mm-hmm. Now,
so basically you have to catch the planet crossing a light path at the perfect time to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what they've done is... find the right section of the article. Okay, there we are. So, what they've been doing is a case study on 51 Pegasi B, which is one of the first exoplanets that were discovered.
Yep.
They were doing a case study on it, and what they found while they were looking at the spectrum from the star is they found a section of the spectrum that was actually like it was duplicated, but very, very, very dim, like 10,000 times dimmer. And what they realized is that dim part of the spectrum they found was actually the light of the star reflecting off the planet. So what they were able to do is, by going through and do some filtering for the star itself and some of the noise or light pollution, they were able to isolate just that spectrum, just the light from the planet itself. So this is basically the main thing it is right now is another tool in the toolbox to identify exoplanets and get as much information about them as we can.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, see, so far we got, they can tell the wobble of the star, which helps determine the mass of the objects in orbit around the star. They can measure the difference in the light of the star when the planet passes in front of it. So that'll give you an idea about how big the planet is, how fast its rotation is, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where most of the information has been coming from so far. So this adds another dimension to those measurements that they can do. So, all right, well, that's pretty much it for the article then.
Okay. And now I'm going to do Nikki's news. So pretend I'm talking to you in Nikki's voice. I know I.
Do we need our tinfoil hats?
No, this is not Tinfoil Hat Corner.
Okay.
She has not done the Tinfoil Hat Corner in quite some time.
She needs to do the tinfoil hat corner again.
Okay, so let me get back to the top of the article here.
Dope.
I'm still convinced that should just be a normal part of the show.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a part of the
Yes. The title of the article is Solving the Mystery of Dog Domestication. Basically what this boils down to, because this is a long article. However, when we have the link up and for it, actually go read the whole thing. It's actually quite interesting. Plus, you get to learn about you get to hear about certain scientific disciplines like zooarchaeology. What is zooarchaeology, you may ask? Zooarchaeology is using the remains of animals found near human habitations to figure out more about what the animals and humans were doing together.
That sounded dirty. Go ahead.
Because you're dirty.
Very dirty.
It's been known for quite a long time that humans domesticated dogs. Dogs were originally wolves who would hang out near humans instead of ignoring us like most wolves did. Or most wolves would never actively try to attack humans. We're big. We're kind of scary to a wolf in reality because of just our size. Because we stand on all four. We stand up. We're not down on all fours. We stand up on two legs. We just look really, really big. We look much larger than we would if we were quadrupeds.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we had the same mass. So there's been a debate about how long humans have been working with dogs for a very long time. The people say it's anywhere from 5,000 to 135,000 years. That's since we have domesticated the dog. And arguments range from, look at how many species of dogs there are, to the genetic changes between the modern dog and a modern wolf. Because there have been genetic changes between a modern wolf and a wolf from 5,000 or 135,000 years ago. Even though it's all technically, the wolves we're looking at are all technically gray wolves, which is where the dog came from. And gray wolves are pretty much all the wolves we're going to find anywhere in the world, with a couple of exceptions. They're by far the most common wolf. And they span Europe, Asia, and America. They are not dire wolves. Dire wolves were unique to America and also were completely died out. Damn humans and highly advanced, less caloric using species like gray wolves and coyotes. So anyway, we have found a lot of different evidence in different places that show domestication in different time frames in different areas. For example, there's been places in Europe and the Near East that range from 3,000 to 12,000 years ago, finding humans and dogs buried or their remains near one another. And one of our big things now is that we have DNA evidence that we can look at, because if we find intact DNA, like inside of a tooth or something like that, because that's actually a common place to look for intact DNA is inside of a tooth, because besides having the bone protecting it, the calcium in the dentin, the calcium layer and the dentin layer, or the enamel layer, which is where the calcium is in your tooth, and the dentin layer are incredibly hard and relatively inert substances. So, whereas bone is actually a very living substance that's constantly losing and absorbing calcium and doing a bunch of other stuff. Mm-hmm. And then there's the living part of your tooth that's down inside, that is where the DNA in your tooth is. And if the layers around it are intact, you can usually find intact DNA. So Yeah. So they're okay. Blah blah blah. Lots of different studies saying a lot of different things, but they have found that we probably started domesticating dogs in East Asia because East Asian dog breeds have are the most genetically diverse. I was gonna say dynamically diverse. Yay! Consonants going in the wrong spots.
Okay.
And a lot of the domesticated dogs that they find in China are on the Yangtze River, and are from about 16,300 years ago or newer. Which actually speaks to the fact that in Asia, that was about the same time humans in around that area were transferring from hunting and gathering to rice production as primary food form. So, as much as I hate to say this, as they speculate in the article, yes, they were probably using the dogs for food. Unfortunately, that's become a stereotype of Asians that I hate because pretty much no modern Asians eat dog. Maybe North Korea, but that's because you probably don't have a choice.
Yeah, so options are probably limited.
Options, it's that or cannibalism. Sometimes in North Korea. So, yeah, who looks tastier, your puppy or your grandma? So, yeah.
Grandma could look like jerky by this point.
True.
I'm sorry that even left my mouth.
But the thing is that there are so many different breeds of dogs that, especially in, like I said, the ones in China are very genetically diverse. Like I've seen a Shih Tzu before. It's about the size of a chicken.
It's basically a furry pug.
Yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And then I've also seen Tibetan war dogs. I think I could ride a Tibetan war dog, and I don't know if it would notice I'm on its back. They're huge. So they could have been also using dogs for multiple purposes at the same time. And the fact that humans have always traded with other humans, like the idea of the Silk Road running from Europe all the way to Asia and back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that whole idea of that long, unbroken trade route didn't come about until later on, necessarily. Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. The Greeks tried it, the Romans tried it. A lot of people have done similar things, but if I have I'm living with my hunter gatherer group or pastoralist group or whatever, and we only range about 50 miles from kind of a central point. But there's another group that's right next door that their central point's about 40 miles away and they range about 50 miles from theirs. We'll connect with each other and trade. Mm-hmm. And the group on the other side of them will connect with them and trade. And the group on the other side of us will connect with us and trade. And products and ideas will start moving between all these different groups. Because I could be like, I got this from these other people over here. Check it out. Ain't this cool? And you go, oh yeah, I want this. I'll give you 2 cows for it. And I'm like, I need that. I need those 2 cows more than this. Here you go. So, when you're talking about dogs moving with people and expanding out, people taking dogs for different reasons or learning about the idea of domesticating dogs from other people that they've seen and, spreading and using them all for different purposes back. And that runs not just to the newer settlements, but also runs back to older settlements. So you get the use of dogs filtering back into Africa also. So, yeah.
Boom.
So they're now working on. So let me actually get back to the conclusion to see what they actually said about the time again. This is such a long article. Yay, radiocarbon dating. difference between a dog and a wolf skull. Oh, yeah, that's also one of the neat things. Like, within only 1 or 2 generations, like, if you look at the difference between a wolf-like dog, for example, a German Shepherd, or a husky of some type, and an actual wolf, one of the things that will stand out immediately is their brow. A dog has a much more upright brow than a wolf does. Wolves' skulls are way more sloped. And that specific change only takes a generation or 2 of domestication. Like, it's almost immediate. And we're not 100% sure why it happens, but blah, blah, blah. God, oh, Jesus, this article is so long. Yes, teeth, DNA, awesome. Yes, he's got his doctorate now, blah, blah, blah. Wish I would have remembered this one little crucial piece of information.
Giggity.
Oh yeah, that's right. They actually haven't come to. They're still looking through all the evidence, trying to figure out where it all happened and started, because no one's 100% convinced of any one hypothesis yet. But one guy that the article's kind of about, it's kind of like his story through starting out as a student, getting his master's, and ended up getting his PhD somewhere in the middle of the article.
In the middle of the article?
Basically, it's become his kind of quest to figure it out. Like, it's not just have his hypothesis, because like he has his own hypothesis when he thinks it is, but as much as he would like his to be right, he also understands that he may be wrong, as all good scientists do.
You're not wrong, you're not learning.
Yeah, and if you don't accept the possibility you could be wrong, you're not doing real science. In fact, your point in science, part of what you are trying to do is try to prove yourself wrong. You don't try to prove yourself right, you try to disprove your own hypotheses, and if you can't disprove it, then you can say it's plausible. But not right yet. You're still not to the point of, I'm correct. You still got to let other people try to disprove it first. But yeah, he's basically, the article just kind of states at the end that they're not sure where they are yet, but they have so many different hypotheses and so many different batches of evidence from all over the world that what he's trying to do at Ohio State is get all the evidence in one place, get all the results in one place, and basically try to figure out where we did indeed first domesticate the dog. Because estimates running from 3,000 or 5,000 to 135,000 years is
quite the gap.
That's a gap. Yeah, that's like noticeably geological. So in geologic time, so that's a really big gap when it comes to talking about humans.
For some reason, one of the points in the article that stood out to me was the point where the guy is taking the drill to the tooth, and he's like,
yeah,
I was like, and he gets that tooth drilly smell.
Yeah,
he's like, that's a good sign because that means there's DNA there somewhere.
Yeah. Yep. Now, if you drill into a tooth and it just
dust,
it doesn't smell, that means there's nothing viable in there.
Mm-hmm. I thought that was rather interesting.
Yep.
All right.
So it was a really interesting article. I know I massacred it, Nikki, because it was damn long, and I apologize.
I thought you did pretty good.
So,
since Nikki's not here, aliens.
Oh, you don't have the tinfoil hat corner going on?
Are you saying aliens domesticated dogs?
Yes, I think that's what he's saying.
It wasn't what I was saying, but I'll let you guys run with it.
Okay. Or is the fact that we humans are aliens, a la Prometheus?
I can go with that.
Okay.
It's probably a more viable option than a lot of theories. I like the fact that we could all be Martians.
Except for they're not theories, they're hypotheses.
That's what I meant, sorry.
The theory has been proven.
Like some comet hit Mars while it was still living. Some of that shit floated over. And then it started bubbling and oozing and going, hey, look, life. So I like that theory. I want to be a Martian.
Okay.
Just because. Call Mars home by association.
Okay.
that I was born on the planet Earth makes me an Earthling, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But you could be a Martian by blood.
Blood related. Okay. Okay.
All right.
I think
well,
my brain lost.
yeah, you
Yeah.
drink more of that Mountain Dew, son.
Uh,
Keep some normality rolling through you. All right.
So anyway,
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed the new show. Again, check out that the Nerd Effect St. Baldrick's page and pretty much all of our formats. Facebook events page, Nerd Effect website, all the cool awesomes
yep.
ready to be donated. Boy here's paying the shipping, so build away. I don't care where you're from.
So to our fans in England and Thailand and Turkey,
It'll take time. I'll try and get the money, but it'll take time. I would say definitely North America, Canada, or America, Canada.
Yeah.
Because Canada is
part of
North America.
It's more It's more North American than America.
Yep.
mhm.
Yep. Shipping is all A-OK wherever you're from.
Yep.
Because I love you. So donate. I don't know how the currency rate works with the donations. I don't know if that adjusts based in your country, but
I don't know.
Yeah, no idea how that would work out.
I think you would set your donation in U.S. dollars. If you came to,
They would have to have some sort of American or U.S. dollar account somewhere.
well, no, you don't have to. You just set it. You can just have it charge out of your account in U.S. dollars.
You can do that?
Yes,
Okay.
Canadians do it all the time.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
Well, because how many Canadians do you know that play MMOs? Do they play on the same servers as the Americans?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just have it come out of. They just have the amount that gets taken out of their account varies slightly month to month, but it's all roughly close to the same. But it just depends on the exact exchange rate the day it comes out. So,
Hell, I used to be in a guild that was more Canadians than Americans.
yeah.
Hmm.
So, yep. It depends.
So
But non-Americans are far more used to that stuff than Americans are.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
So, you guys know what you do.
Yeah. But
on that
donate.
note, donate your yen, donate your euros, donate your loonies,
Yep.
Take off
Donate.
every zig.
your dollars.
Your marks, your rubles, your rupees, your pesos, your won, your yuan, your Australian dollars, pounds, your lira, whatever your country uses.
Any
I'm
other
sold.
forms of currency you can figure out?
Bitcoin?
We don't have a Bitcoin account, so no.
Okay.
It would be interesting if
I don't
St. Baldrick's was taking Bitcoin as a form of payment.
Yeah.
Anything's
Maybe
possible.
They can, and we just don't know it. I don't know.
If you see me in the street, throw money at me.
Yeah.
Let me know your name, and I'll.
And remember,
I'll
if
put
you're
it in.
going to throw coins at Dustin, wrap them in bills first, because that way when they hit them, it sticks together and causes a better impact.
or roll them.
Or roll them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're going to roll them, make sure you throw at least quarter rolls, because they need the mass to be able to fly well enough.
Or if you're
What
not,
if they just put it into a shotgun like, they do with rock salt?
just blast people with quarters.
I guess they could do that if they wanted.
That sounds delightfully painful. George Washington, motherfucker.
I said, a quarter, that would be like a 8-gauge shotgun, yeah. Be more like nickels or pennies for 12 gauge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just,
Eat Lincoln, motherfucker!
Yeah.
copy your ass up.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So I think we're done. I really, really think we're done.
We should totally
We're
be done.
totally done. All right. So again, St. Baldrick's page. Donate your money. Win some shit. For the Nerd Effect News Show, we have been
Michael Morgan.
Mason, Ireland.
and I am Dustin Vancouver. And you guys all have a good night. And we'll see you at the live stream.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Live stream.